Welcome you guys back into my next course over here, and it's how to defeat loneliness. I need you guys to understand that in order to defeat loneliness in today, I realize that in order for you to defeat loneliness in daily life, you have to be that type of person who understands freedom. You have to understand that a freedom type lifestyle is making sure that what you're doing today is going to work. I realize that what works today is the best theories in the planet, and it's also making sure that whatever you're doing today is going to help you to become sober, and also so that you understand that whatever you're going through right now, you can defeat it and you can overcome it as long as you are alive. I need you to understand that whatever you're doing in daily life, you have to do it much better than yesterday, and you have to always make sure that your life is according to schedule in a better way. I realize that every single time I make a schedule for myself every single day, I have to really focus on myself daily. And I have over 20 mentors every single day. Although guess what? I focus on myself the most in Jesus Christ's name. I focus on Jesus Christ and myself the most. And I realize that they may post all these video contents in terms of online. And I realize that every single time I go on YouTube, I realize that there's hours and hours worth of content that they give me. Or I realize although I can never catch up with them, although what I can do is overcome myself every single day and make sure that what I'm doing today is going to be better than yesterday. So regardless of how much content they're doing on a daily basis, I realize they may be doing 20 hours of content, although I may be able to finish 2 hours of it. I realize that means 18 hours of content I may have missed from my mentors. Although guess what? I realize I look at Jesus and I say, I'm still following Jesus and I'm still better than yesterday. And how am I better than yesterday? I'm focusing on making sure that I journal and video and audio. I realize I focus on audio quality in terms of my videos and audios and my writing material. I make sure that every single day I'm staying on top of it. I'm making sure that I stay on top of my life in one way or another. I make sure that whatever happens today, I'm not going to waste time on other people from the past, because those people never fulfill me, and women today never fulfill me. And I make sure that when I see beautiful women, I don't go to them, I don't speak with them, because guess what? I have no need for them. And guess what? That is the whole point. I realize I have no need for women, and you don't need women or men beside you. I realize that all you need is Jesus Christ. You need Jesus Christ more than ever, and you need yourself to be in Jesus Christ's name. And you should understand that you never ever go chasing women and never ever go chasing men, because guess what? Most people are toxic. And I was also going around the pool here and I was listening to music, and guess what? I mean, I was just having fun, and it's really no growth, although it's an experience. And you have to understand that those people who just experience something and never grow from it are the ones who are never teaching what they experience. I realized that I went around listening to 3 types of music tracks. I realized I listened to one of my techno tracks that I made, and it sounds excellent, and I had a new experience, and that's excellent. Although an experience is an excellent way to live life, although you have to teach your experience. And guess what I learned from this experience of listening to 3 music tracks here alone inside a swimming pool? I realized that it's just and I realized that I haven't been growing while I was listening to that tracks that I was listening to. In terms of, I haven't been growing to the tracks I was listening to. Although I did have a nice experience, and here I am self-evaluating that experience to say, hey, when you get into the pool, make sure you start doing a video content or something like that, where you can understand, to go and teach how it feels to be in a pool alone. Because guess what? When you're around other people and they're partying, and it feels like they're doing something, although they're not doing anything. You have to understand that they're just partying and smoking around the pool and doing drugs around the pool and sitting together and drinking and partying and talking about nothing. You understand? Because those people who are alone throughout life are the ones who are going to be less lonely. I need you to understand that I'm less lonely throughout life now, because I understand who my friends are. I understand who's going to back me up, and I understand where to give my time. And I understand that those people I grew up with are really not my friends in the first place. I need you to understand that they are just people along in your journey. And guess what? Eventually your journey is going to go one way and their journey is going to go another way. And you may be in a crowd full of people where there's 500 of you, boys and girls, and guess what? They're all going their separate ways. I mean, everybody's going their separate ways. You have to understand that since you are now going to get separate from those people, you have to understand that we're still one. Although you have to go and live your life, and you can never ever be around the same people all the time. I apologize, Danny. I realize that when I hit myself, I apologize. Although I realize I make sure that every single day I say, although I'm better than yesterday. I'm better than yesterday. I'm making sure I'm feeling greater. I'm making sure that I realize my time is invested in and I'm doing something today that's going to help me and you to succeed. I realize I'd rather do this video than anything else in the world right now. I realize that I'd rather do Jesus more than this, although guess what? I'm doing Jesus along with this. I realize that it's my passion. I realize it's something that's going to drive me to move forward, and it's something that's going to help my business move forward. And what is my business? I realize my business is personal growth, and it's really be better than yesterday. I realize it's be all you can be, as Jim Rohn says, and as Tony Robbins says, and as Zig Ziglar says, and as John C. Maxwell says, and as Vishen Lakhiani says, and all these mentors that I listen to, and they say, be the best you can be. I realize that's what I do on a daily basis. And I give you life skills here and there, and I show you that this is not how you do it, and this is how you do it, and this is how you do it. I realize I show you how to do stuff. Do you understand? So you have to understand there is no right or wrong in what I say. I mean, in life there is no right or wrong way. You have to understand that there's just something that doesn't work, and there is something that works. Although I will say that it's not right and wrong. I realize that it's just an experience, and you have to grow from it. I never need you to get stuck on what's right and what's wrong. I need you to understand to go the Jesus path, and you understand that Jesus is your everything. I need you to understand that Jesus is the best righteousness there is. So those people who are more likely to follow Jesus in life are the ones who are more likely to be less lonely throughout life. I promise you that those people who are lost and astray like sheep are the ones who are never following the shepherd, who is Jesus. I need you to understand that if you need to be a wolf and fly with the eagles instead of being with the ducks, you need to go where Jesus is. I promise you, if you need to be with the wolves instead of with the sheep, you will be with Jesus. I need you to understand to go and walk alone in life. I need you to go and write about your story every single day. I need you to understand that whatever you're doing today must be better. You have to be better. I promise you that it's not enough for me to just swim all day long and listen to music and do nothing. I realize that I get bored really quickly, and I said to myself, I experience one more track and one more track and one more track, and I say I'll experience 3 tracks in total before I even do a video at the swimming pool, because that way I have a nice idea of how many tracks to listen to in the pool when I come before my session in terms of my live coaching session. I realize that I have 3 hours every single day to do a video, and guess what? The whole point of my videos is just to improve myself, to grow. I will improve myself in any way I can. I improve myself in a way I give you ideas, and I'll give you those ideas out of a generous heart, and I'll never ask for money in return. Otherwise, that's the whole point of a business. I promise you the whole business point is be better than yesterday. And each and every single time I do a 3-hour video, I'm better than yesterday. I apologize, Nanny. I hit myself. Otherwise, although I apologize when I hit myself, so I make sure I never hit myself in life. I have to be kind to myself. I have to be as kind as I can be. I have to make sure that when I get in the pool, I also pump the music and I record myself along the way. I apologize, Danny. I realize that I hit myself. I realize that I have to always watch out so I never hit myself. You need to be kind to yourself. I never need you to be a person who gets a knife and starts cutting yourself. I need you to understand that is never the solution. I need you to understand that the solution is making sure that you never hurt yourself and doing those things, and that is going to help you to be happier. I promise you, nobody likes to be hurt, and nobody likes to bleed, and nobody likes to be hit, and nobody likes to hit others. I promise you there are people who hit others, although guess what? They soon fall into jail for imprisonment, because guess what? They hit somebody and they killed somebody, or they caused murder, and guess what? Their life is nothing from that point. I promise you that once you go to jail, I promise you nobody cares about you. And guess what? Nobody's going to dig you out, and nobody's going to bail you out. You understand? Because guess what? Who's your friend then? I was in jail. I went to jail because I hit a woman, because she hit me first. And guess what? I realized that I was in the wrong and right, and I was never supposed to hit her, although guess what? I just reacted. And that day, I had such a terrible day. Although it was something of a excellent way of living. I apologize, Danny. I realized it's something of an excellent point in living where I grew from that point on. I grew from that, and I understand that I learned a lot on that day, although many people were shunning me and hitting me, and out of nowhere this drunk person just hits me from no reason. I walked away from that one. I mean, why didn't I hit that guy when he hit me? I realized that no matter what, I had a knife in my bag. I could have slaughtered him. I had a butcher knife in my bag. when that drunk guy smacked my head for no reason. I had a butcher knife. I could have got the butcher knife and I could have stabbed him and killed him on the spot. I could have. I promise you. I don't know why, although, guess what? I'm smarter than that. I don't know anything in life. I don't know my why, although guess what? I see it. I see what I do. I'm seeing what I do. I need you to understand that if I was mentally unhealthy in that point of time where that drunk person hit me and I was intoxicated and I was unaware and I was stupid, I would have killed him. I need you to understand that you never go causing violence anyway, because guess what? You have no rights to go and throw a baby off a balcony. I mean, what is the point in that? You have to understand that is the same thing as saying I come up to you and I smack you in the face, and it's the same thing as throwing a baby off the balcony. I mean, do you understand? Because it's harm. I never need you to harm people, because guess what? When you're harming yourself, I promise you that's when loneliness starts. You start getting more lonely throughout time when you are using drugs and abusing drugs around other drug addicts. And guess what happens around other drug addicts? I promise you they soon die, or they go to prison and you're left alone. I promise you eventually when you hang around with the crowd, I promise you that they're going to love you and love you and love you, and suddenly they're going to hate you because you said something. I promise you they're going to start hating you. And one person is going to go to 10 people and he's going to say, you stay away from this person because I heard him say this to this person. And then 10 people are going to ravish you. And they're going to say, why did you do that? I mean, I don't like you anymore. I love all of you. Although, guess what? I mean, the crowd is like a politics. And guess what? They team up on you. And they say, because you did this, you can never hang around with my group again. I never need you around these women because they're mine. Otherwise, that's the crowd. Otherwise, the crowd is like that. Because guess what? The crowd never needs you successful. I promise you, the crowd never needs you to be more than them. I promise you, they're trying to kick you down. I promise you, the crowd is the crowd I realize the crowd is the crowd that you grew up with in high school and primary school and in the past of the people that you've seen. I promise you, that's the crowd. You don't need to be around those people. I don't care that even your family is around the crowd. I don't care about that. You stay away from them. You understand? Because guess what? You go the new way. You go the new way. And what is the new way? I need you to understand that you never hold your parents' hands all your life. I need you to understand you go wander in life. You go somewhere alone. Because guess what? Nobody else is following you. I need you to understand what the crowd is. I need you to understand that the crowd is lonely today and they're going to step on you for no reason. I mean, you may say something that's going to be really successful and you may be really a successful person. And guess what? They're going to be jealous of you. And because they're jealous of you, you have to leave the crowd as soon as possible so that you can be an entrepreneur and so that you can be the eagle and so that you can be the wolf who's following Jesus Christ right now. I need you to understand, I left the crowd and I'm feeling much better now. I'm feeling much better because I have more to do. I have more to say. I have more to give. I have more to be. I have more to become. Because I have a passion now. I'm smarter than them. And they believe that it's the other way around. I'm smart. I'm smarter than ever. Although, guess what? They are stupid. I never care what they believe about me. Because they don't know my life story. And they don't know where I've been from. I promise you, they don't know where I came from. I promise you, they don't know my experience. I don't even know my experience. I promise you, they don't see who I am. I promise you, they're that stupid. You understand? Because they don't see the truth of life. They don't follow Jesus. I promise you, they don't follow Jesus. I promise you that since I'm better than my words, I'm always better than what I say, I understand that each and every single time I have to always improve my communication skills within my communication skills. And that's what enables me to have more action and to do more action and to be more action. I get to improve my communication skills and I go to my insides and I say, what word is coming now? I ask myself, what questions can I ask you right now to make sure that I can give you a statement or abbreviation or something positive or some quotas or something that's going to help you to succeed more. I realize that when I give you more and more throughout life in terms of communication, I give you more generosity, I give you more richness, I give you more abundance, I give you more of my mentality, and also my wisdom, and I also word it in a different way, and then I become less lonely throughout time, because guess what? I never need to be indoors when it's summer, although I need to be indoors when I've got something to do. I make sure that whatever I do, I make sure I let go totally to do this video. I'm not tensed up. I'm not tensed up in this video. I'm just letting go, and my communication is better than ever. I make myself disciplines. I make myself disciplines to make sure that whatever I do, I never hurt myself. I apologize then. I make sure that whatever I do is going to be much better than yesterday. I make sure every single time I always am never corrupt. I'm never scamming people. I'm never a person who goes negative. I realize that when I go negative, I realize I get myself positive really quickly. I never need to be down, because the more depressed you get and the more sad your story is, I promise you nobody's going to dig you out of it. I promise you that it's not a sad world. I promise you many people believe it's a sad world, and it's not a sad world. I never need you to be sympathetic, because those people who believe it's a sad world are sympathy people. I mean, they're people who are showing sympathy, and they're showing sympathetic behaviors. I promise you, I need you to lift the world. I need you to understand that when you're growing, that it's never a sympathetic world. I promise you, when you're growing, you're happier and you're empathetic and you're ready to help people regardless of what the world outside of you is doing. I never need you to live outside and to look at outside as something amazing. I need you to look at something inside yourself. I need you to understand you have wisdom inside, and that's all you need. I promise you, all you're really taking up into life and what you need more of is wisdom. I need you to understand when you join Jesus in the afterworld, I need you to understand that all you're really grabbing for yourself and what you're really bringing with yourself is your wisdom throughout life. I need you to understand to be more wise, and to go and read more books, and to go and be around Jesus more, and to go and study communication skills and go and speak it and live your talk every single day. I need you to understand that every single day I do something more important. I'm always better than yesterday. I'm always making sure that what I do today is going to correlate with a better mood. I'm making sure that my mood's better. I'm making sure that I feel greater. I'm making sure that I let go. I'm making sure that whatever I do today is going to help you to grow. I'd rather do 3 hours of content today than I realize I'd rather do 3 hours of video content today than no content at all. Do you understand? I'd rather do something that's going to help you, because that way I help myself in the process. I have to lift myself and lift myself and lift myself daily, although guess what? I have no time for anybody else now. I have no time to call somebody in Africa. I have no time to call people in Malaysia. I have no time to call people online. I have no time to talk with them. I have no time to talk with them because I'm more important. I'm more important. I mean, when they say call me and you must call me, I don't care about you. I never call you because I'm more important than you. You understand? I realize that when people come up to me for an opportunity and they ask me, would you like to give on a call? I realize that they offered me in terms of a business opportunity for something, and guess what? I say yes, as long as it's for free. And then they say there's money involved. I realize that I don't care about your money, and I don't need your money, and guess what? I do it for free. I realize they say, I need some money from you though. I don't care about your money. I don't need your money. You get away from me. I'll never give you money. I don't even know you. I realize when an entrepreneur comes up to you on Instagram and they say, I will help elevate your Instagram from 315 followers and I'll get you 50K within 10 days, I realize it's a bullshit scam. You have to understand that there's no such thing as that. Do you understand? I mean, there's no such thing as buying followers anymore. I realize there's no such thing as giving money to advertise yourself online via Instagram advertisements and Facebook advertisements and social media advertisements anymore. I apologize, Danny. I promise you, although, that you be a person who understands that you must be better off with yourself in Jesus' name than anybody else. I never need you around anybody else. I need you around yourself the most, because everybody else is scamming you. I mean, everybody else except Jesus will scam you. I promise you that although I'll never scam you, I realize that it's really that you understand that those people who grow with you will never scam you. I've got nothing to scam you about. I need you to be around people who are growing. I sometimes stuff up my communication, although I'll never scam you for nothing. I'll never scam you even for something. You have to understand, I've got nothing to scam you with. I realize that I'm something in life, Although I'm a person who is a divine being who's really teaching you something, and I ask for nothing in return. I realize that no matter what the outside world is trying to do to me, I have personal freedom all the time, and I'm always looking for ways to really live my life greater. You have to understand that as I grew up in life, I realized that life kicked me down so many times and made me a nobody. I realized I believed them, and I believed in lies. I realized I started to question everything. I started to question my biological parents. I started to question the crowd around me. I started to surround myself with entrepreneurs and millionaires online, and that's where I found them. I realized I started to read from them online more so than the crowd. I started to believe in better information and people who are more successful than the ones around me. And I found them in audiobooks, and I found them in books, and I found them in seminars. And I went to seminars, and I went around the successful people of the planet. And then eventually, the more I became driven and motivated, and I gave more information, I apologize, Danny, I started to really dwell in Jesus more so. I realized that the more information you have, I realized the more you look at Jesus, because Jesus has everything that you need. I don't feel lonely anymore. I realized I had so much anxiety around women. I had so much terror and suffering because I pushed myself onto women, and I believe that they are for me, and I believe that they are the ones who are going to solve my problems, and they are the ones who are going to give me babies, and they are the ones who are going to love me and kiss me, and they're going to come up to me and whatever. I'm not lazy anymore. I need you to understand that I follow the crowd, and that's what the crowd does. I mean, they run after a woman. I don't care about that anymore. I realize they're babies. I realize this big person has a tagged face and is drinking a vodka with 4 sexy babes. I mean, they're sexy. And they're all drinking alcohol. And why does that guy have babes around him? Because he chases them. Do you understand? I mean, he's big and strong, who chases women who've got no legacy. Do you understand? I never chase those women. I don't care about how good they look when they're drinking wine. I don't need anybody like that in my life. I realize that what the crowd sees today, I move away from them. I go and see the truth. I see the truth. I see what they see. I see what they treat. I see everything in life. I just never run from the truth. I realize that when somebody says you're fat and you get disturbed by that, I realize that you're a fake person. You're a really fake person, because your ego is really corrupting you. You never get offended when somebody says you're fat and you need to lose weight. Because guess what? I mean, when you're really fat, I mean, stop denying it. You understand? Because when you deny it, you look stupid. I promise you that my muscles are not the best, although guess what? I'm the best in the world. I realize that my muscles can be better. I realize that every single part of my body can be better. I realize that every single part of my wisdom can be better. I realize I can always be better. I never look down on myself. I never feel down in life anymore. I never need the crowd anymore. I detach from them. I move away from them. I came to Darwin. I went to the first hostel. I realized they're a bunch of toxic people. I went to the second hostel. I realized these people are pumping TV and soccer and the news and smoking around and junkies. And I move around and I go to the third hostel. I realized they too are all junkies and drug addicts. I move away. I come here. I have a swimming pool. I've got a speaker over here. I have a portable speaker. And I have 1-bedroom apartment. And I'm alone. And I don't need junkies and toxic people around me anymore. I just go where 1-bedroom dorms are. I'm going to stay alone because guess what? I'd rather be alone than around fake people. I mean, they get around hostels and they believe they're friends. And then once they leave, I mean, they never talk again. I mean, they leave the crowd and they never talk again. I mean, it happens all the time. You understand? Otherwise, it never happens with me anymore. I move away from hostels as much as I can. I, although, got around Australia by living with other people and sharing dorms and accommodation so that I can experience something new. And I see how it feels to share accommodation now. I'll never ever share accommodation with anybody. I don't care about them. I never need them in my house. I realize that I'll never even stand in one area for longer than 7 days. I'll move and move and move. I always keep moving. I'll move as fast as I can throughout the world. I'll go from one place to another as fast as I can. Alone. I go alone. I don't need anybody. I see Jesus is alone and I love him. You understand? Because guess what? I don't need a woman to give me a kid. I don't need kids. I don't need a woman. I have I, and I is better than everything else. Well, there's only Jesus is better than I. You understand? So I follow Jesus because Jesus teaches me the most. I've got more to give. I've got more to say. I realize that my communication skills are improving. And guess what? My life is set for a better way of life. Because guess what? I have so much habits that is better than yesterday. I'm better in my muscles now. I'm starting to grow my muscles. I'm starting to grow my communication skills more so. I'm starting to look better. I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to see more of life. I'm starting to go around Australia more so. And around me now, there's the coronavirus going on in terms of the pandemic. And it's in the outside world. And I don't care. Because guess what? There's no such thing as a coronavirus. And they're all corrupt. I mean, the government systems of today's world in 2020 is corrupt. And guess what? I'm not corrupt. I mean, they're focusing too much on what's happening outside. I'm not corrupt. I have a business asset. I have Jesus. I have assets. I have so much assets that people don't believe in my assets. I mean, people don't believe in my skills and people don't believe in what I have to say. I believe in everything I say in Jesus Christ. I'm in Jesus Christ's name. I mean, other people don't believe in what I say. I believe much more than yesterday. I'm always boosting my confidence. I'm always better than yesterday. I'm making sure that I'm not other people. I'm in Jesus Christ. I'm I who does believe in myself, in my I the most. I believe in my I the most in Jesus' name. I make sure that I never relate people as a stereotype to say that it's I also. I realize that other people don't believe in me. I realize other people don't believe in what I have to say. I believe in what I have to say. I believe in who I am. I believe inside. I'm inside. I'm not outside. I apologize, Daddy. Realize each and every single time, I apologize with myself when I hit myself because that way I show myself self-love. Realize today I woke up and guess what I've done? I exercised. I made sure to go and do some music production. I made sure to go and upload photos of myself up into my Instagram stories and I realized I uploaded my Instagram photos into my Instagram story and into my Instagram feed. I also made sure to eat. I made sure to write something down. I made sure to upload some photos and quotes of myself. And I came here and here I am doing a video. And did I go browsing Facebook today? I didn't. I mean, did I go browsing Instagram? I didn't. I don't care. I just don't care about them. I don't care about browsing people I don't even know. I don't even know myself. Although, guess what? I don't care about them. I mean, they're not in my life. I mean, whoever's in my life today, I care about that. I care about that. I mean, who else is here? I mean, it's just I here. And that's all I care about. I care about I and Jesus now. Do you understand? I don't care about them because they're not in my life. And it shows that they don't love me. I don't care about them. I care about my communication skills. I care to grow. I care to teach you. And guess what? I'm not dying anytime soon. I realize that now I have a new mentor and he's called Gerald Celente. I realize he's a person who really studies what's going on around politics. And guess what? He teaches me based on what they're saying and what's happening around the coronavirus and what's happening around the world today. And I give you that information for free. And you can go and follow him. And his website is www.trendingjournal.com. And guess what? I don't go on that, although I go into his YouTube channel and I watch his YouTube channel. Because everything that's on his website is in his YouTube channel. And that's all I need. And I realized that my beautiful Mega Drive, I mean, it's such a investment where I get to upload all my quotes online really quickly, and I get to upload everything online in terms of my videos and my photos and everything I've ever done online right away. And I don't need an external hard drive. And I don't need a USB from Officeworks in Australia or one of those 16 gigabyte USBs to put my photos on, and to put my photos inside of the USB, and to put my photos in. I realize that I put my photos online, I put my videos online, I put my material online, I put it all in the storage, and then guess what? You download an application and you find it, and that's it. I mean, it's so simple. I don't put my quotes and my books and my audiobooks and my videos anywhere on other websites. I don't put it on audible.com and Amazon, because guess what? I promise you, they put you in a contract for 7 years and your book must stay there because they need to make money. I don't make other people money, I make them more wisdom. I help them to gain more wisdom. I give them wisdom. I don't care about making them money. I care about giving them more wisdom. I realize that it's really that what's happening is they're making money off me. I don't care about that. I don't care. I let them make money off me. I let them make money off me. I realize, although that you will never ever contract me for anything. I'm a free agent. I'm rich or better. I realize that when you sign a contract to do something with somebody else and it's for money, I realize you're stuck with the person for that amount of time. And I never ever will do that. I don't care what it is. I don't care you offer me $50 million. I don't care, because I'm a free agent. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, you can never buy me out. I mean, I'll never price myself in life. I'll never price myself for anything. I realize that as soon as I price myself, I've already scammed you, because guess what? I understand that it's going to be a lifelong journey in order for you to go. I promise you that that $5,000 I charged you with is never going to solve any problems. I promise you that what it's going to solve is some problems that you may have, and that's it. Do you understand? And I promise you that's what everybody else is doing. I promise you they're charging you to solve a few of your problems. I mean, they say, you give me $5,000 and I'll solve you a bunch of problems. And people buy into it. I never buy into it. I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything. I just rent it. I don't give them money because I can grow on my own. I can grow on my own. I just give money towards my Mega Drive. I give money towards Spotify, which is music, and my music is a passion. I realize my music is a passion. I give music for instruments and for vocalists to do my stuff for something greater. I give it so I can have some technology around me that's going to help me to do my work. And my work is this face, baby. I realize it's my legacy, and I upload everything online as much as I can. And that I realize I upload everything online as much as I can inside myself online. I realize that in the world, you'll find that online world is the inside world, and anything that's online stays here forever. I realize that we're very lucky to be able to have internet today, because 30 years ago there was no internet. I realize I'm 28, although I'm 21 in terms of one in Jesus Christ. I'm number one in Jesus Christ. I'm never under numbers except for one. I'm never under numbers except for one. I mean, my age is 28. Although I make sure that I'm always number one. I'm always ruling every other number out except for number one, because number one is the best number. I'd rather be number one in Jesus' name than anything else. I'm not just number one. I'm just number one in Jesus' name. Do you understand? So I am a divine being, and I'm making sure that I'm always more spiritual, and I'm always doing something more according to what's going to grow me. And what grows me is information and information products, and anything that's better than yesterday, and anything that's going to boost my communication skills. I'm rich or better. So what really grows me, I realize that so means that what really grows me is I must make sure to improve my development every single day, and teach and teach and teach and teach, because that grows me the most now. I realize that reading alone doesn't grow me anymore as much. I realize what reading does is updates me. I realize reading updates me about what's going on and also about some ideas to capitalize on. I mean, that's all reading does right now. I may read 2 hours from Tim Ferriss or anybody, and they may give me 1 hour. They may give me one idea in that space of time. Although I may do a video for 2 hours, or even write for 2 hours, or do audio programs, or have a communication signal with somebody else and grow from it. And I promise you, I'll learn more ideas from that than reading from those people. Because why? Because I'm teaching it. I'm teaching rather than reading. And when I teach for 2 hours, I may learn 50 million ideas. Do you understand? Because the more I teach is the more ideas I have. I promise you, the more you read, I promise you may catch one idea or something that's worded in a different way. Do you understand? I mean, when you're teaching it, you're actually learning new sentences and abilities to show yourself new ideas. And that's the whole point of unlocking the golden eggs inside of you. I realize there are golden eggs all over the world. I realize that there are opportunities everywhere. When you look for opportunity, I promise you, when you look for opportunities, you'll find them. I promise you that I was in Byron Bay recently, and guess what? I realized that the hostel I was in is very cold. I then went to Woolworths, and I found myself with internet over there, because in the hostel that I was in had no internet, and it's really slow internet that was on my phone because of the reception. And guess what? I stood and I sat inside the Woolworths because it's so warm, and I sat there for 3 hours. I found an opportunity where I can be warm for 3 hours and also upload 2,000 photos within that 3 hours, rather than being in a hostel and delaying it for 48 hours because of the internet. Do you understand? So I completed my work quicker while being warmer, and I leveraged Woolworths, which is a supermarket in Australia, to use the free Wi-Fi, and I never had to even give my personal I never even had to give my personal Wi-Fi that I gave money for. I gave freedom. I give freedom now. I have freedom Wi-Fi. I have Wi-Fi from Woolworths for free, and I sat inside Woolworths for 3 hours and I uploaded my content, and I had a beautiful time over being in my hostel at night time, where I may have delayed that process. So I found myself an opportunity. Do you understand? So those are the kind of opportunities that you look for. You look to see where can you do your business today in Darwin. I mean, today in Darwin, I have so much business inside my room. I don't have to go out there. I don't have to go anywhere out there. I mean, I see where my business is, and I go where my business takes me. I don't take anything, although I go where my business says so. I go and find the people I need to find so that I can learn something from them to increase my business skills. And what are my business skills? I realize it's really my growth skills, and the way I grow, and the way I teach, and the way I get updated, and the way I see something, and in ways of ideas. I mean, when somebody has some ideas about what's going on around politics, and you don't know, I don't know anything, although guess what? As soon as you find out, you must say you don't know still, because that way you will learn more. Because when you know something, you'll never learn it again. I have to keep relearning what I see. I realize that I have to learn everything I have taught. I know nothing. I'm still relearning everything I've taught, because that way I remain open-minded. I can see what's going on. I can see it. Although I understand that when I see it, I just go to Jesus. I don't need to read from the outside world anything, because I can see what's going on. I mean, it might be such a bad world out there. Although, guess what? It's not a bad world out there. I promise you, it's not a bad world out there. I promise you, many people on television will say it's a bad world because they're living a bad life. I'm not sure better. I apologize that. Realize that when you're a divine being and understand that aspect of your life, you understand that you just go to Jesus and you see Jesus and you focus on yourself all day long, and you start to grow with Jesus as fast as you can. And forget your mentors the whole day. And before bed, just read 30 minutes here and there about what's going on, and recap, and really go into YouTube and really find the information you need from 1 hour videos that they made. I mean, just go and scan it and see what they're talking about. I mean, most of the titles out there I can already see how to do it. I can see it. I just follow Jesus in that. I follow Jesus and I understand that when I do that, I'm doing better. I'm doing better as a human. I'm doing better in what I do. I'm doing better in what I say and how I feel. And here I am in the water and it's warm and I'm feeling amazing. I realize that's the whole point. I realize the whole point is focusing on yourself more than other people, and you'll understand how to defeat loneliness. I never have to worry about other people anymore. I never worry about anybody anymore. I have money. I have money forever. I have money forever. Because I realize that the money is in what you have taught, and it's not in how much other people are giving you in money. I realize that it doesn't matter how much net worth in money you have. I realize what it matters is how much have you taught today, because when you have 1,000 videos of 10 hours each, you have 10,000 hours of videos. I promise you that's more valuable than $1 million. I promise you 10,000 hours of video is more important because it has your face on it, and also it teaches something that's going to help the world, and it's more important than the $1 trillion. I'd rather have 10,000 hours of videos that I've done over any amount of money in the world. Do you understand me? So understand that when you're around the phone and you're around the pool, I realize that winds may blow your phone. So be careful, please, to never go too far backwards, because if wind blows your camera, I realize your camera can fall into the pool. So realize to just capture it and realize to never risk anything in your life. I realize at the moment I can still understand that whatever's going on now is I feel better. I realize I feel better because guess what? I have a nice, beautiful swim guard. I realize it's a swim guard and it's a swim shirt where it's really hot today and it's 31 degrees. And guess what? If you go in the sun for more than 30 minutes, I promise you, you would be causing yourself a risk of cancer in Australia. And Australia is known and seen as one of the most cancerous places to be in with the sun here, because of the ozone layer, which is weak, and the sun is really hot. And when the sun goes on you, I promise you, you must be out of the sun all day long and just be in the sun for maximum 30 minutes. I realize that when I swim, I get myself a swim shirt and I get myself one of these sombrero hats. I realize it's called a sombrero hat, and you can find it in the Mortal Kombat. You'll find the electricity guy who has a sombrero hat and he has this electricity going on. I, although am a big fan of Mortal Kombat and I grew up watching it, and it's a TV show in terms of Street Fighter and all of this kind of stuff going on. Although I understand that as I grew up, I started to watch films, I started to watch action films, I started to watch scary films, and I was really dwelling in what other people were doing. And I got lost astray. I got lost astray, and guess what? I'm not the crowd anymore. I'm more in Jesus' name today. And I'm doing more of my work and what I came here to do. I realize now I can just really grow myself. I don't need other mentors. I've got Jesus. I realize every single day I may miss out on so much information that my mentors gave on that day, or in terms of, or in any type of day that's specific. I may miss out on information, although guess what? I never missed out on anything when I look at Jesus. I realize it's just in your disciplines, and I realize it's in your integrity. And how do you feel today? And if you're intoxicating yourself with emotional poisons in terms of alcohol and cigarettes and drugs and pharmaceutical medications and also meat, it's going to make you feel like crap. Because guess what? That is crap. Do you understand? I promise you that if you're eating meat today, you have to question what you're eating, because guess what? It's never going to help you move forward. I promise you, I feel vegan. I'm vegan now, and I feel much more incredible than I ever have. I have more energy now than I ever did, and I give all the attention towards myself now. I mean, I don't even go online to speak to anybody anymore. I don't speak to anybody, and I only reply to those who comment in my name. I don't care who it is. I mean, I don't reply to hate. I don't reply when somebody says you stupid idiots or something like that. I don't reply to hateful messages. I don't care about those people. And I don't reply when somebody calls me a girl online. I mean, I had somebody call me, somebody called me a girl in terms of, I love this girl and I had a photo that I posted, and I still have photos, although I posted a photo and this person thought that I was a lady, and I don't reply to those stupid remarks. You understand? So realize that when a person is a guy, you call that person a guy, and you have to understand that we're all divine beings, and you label people in a way that you never label them anything. You just talk with them and you grow with them. I promise you that when you're labeling something, you're really trying to be right and wrong about something. Realize that there is nothing to be right and wrong about. Realize that communication is growing, and you must be growing. Realize that if you're speaking to people of the past and you're still sending them videos, I promise you they don't care about you, and they also will say, stop sending me these videos, because they are jealous. You have to understand that you stay away from jealous people and you stop talking to them, because guess what? Your road is the new road, and you must go where the new way of life is. I mean, go the new path. I realized that when I was driving my car sometimes around Sydney before, I realized that I would go a new way to get to my accommodation. And I found myself saying, I found a new way today. I found a new way today to get somewhere. I found a new way. And now guess what? I've been traveling 1 year and 1 month and 2 weeks Australia, and I found a new way to travel each and every single time. And I found new ways to live, and I found new ways to do my business, and I found new ways to upload my content and do my photo shoots and do videos beside a pool, and also new ways in where I can do my technology around certain aspects of life, and new ways to increase my music skills and my mentors and also my information. And I'm always looking for new ways to trim my beard and to look better and to wear something new that I've never had in my life, and also to listen to new music that I've never heard before, because it's a new way of lifestyle, and you have to go to the new way of lifestyle all the time. You have to understand that it's more about being a new type of person than an old type of person. I need you to go and be more modern today. I need you to understand to stop living like you are living in the 80s. I need you to stop living like you are living in the 1990s. I need you to stop living like you are living in the past. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care that the Germans killed your father and mother. I don't care about that. I care about you growing now from that, and forget about it. I promise you, if you don't forget about it, you're going to hold on to it. I mean, you stop holding on to it. You just let go of it and move on. Realize that you move on. You move on and stop being so hard on yourself. I mean, you have to be hard on yourself. I promise you, you have to be hard on yourself, although stop being easy on yourself. I mean, I really mean to say, to stop being easy on yourself. You have to be strict on yourself. You have to be disciplined. I'm so hard on myself. I'm so tough on myself. I'm so strict, and I'm so disciplined, and more than disciplined, to understand that I must grow every single day and intentionally grow. As John C. Maxwell says, I must be doing something daily to help my life improve. I must be doing videos. I must be doing video content to help myself improve. I realize that nobody else watches my videos. I don't care. I don't care about them. I realize that what's important is I keep going, because down the line, I promise you, in the next 72 years, I'll make it evidence. I have 10,000 hours of 10,000 videos, or 50,000 hours of videos in my courses for free. I'll give it to you. You understand? Because nobody's going to miss out on Danny Milivojevic. I promise you. I promise you that who misses out on I are the ones who hate me right now. And those ones are missing out on what I'm giving. Although, in the next 100 years, and the next 500 years, and the next 6,000 years, I promise you that my videos will be here, and guess what? It'll be online, and the technology that you're watching me on is still going to be here. Because nobody's going to write off MP3 players and MP2 players, because it's created, and it's going to be here forever. So make sure that you understand that I've got nothing to lose here, and I'm giving you everything that I am, because I'm working for something greater. Because I'll never pass away. You still got me here forever. I realize that one time you have to watch my videos and just make sure you learn from it. I mean, the whole point of this video content and all that I do is to show you what a life coach is. I'm showing you something. I don't care that Tony Robbins, and that they call Tony Robbins the #1 life coach. I'm the #1 life coach. I'm the #1 life coach. I mean, Jesus is the #1 life coach. Do you understand? Because guess what? I mean, I'm a life coach too. I realize that it's not a competition about who's #1 and whatnot. I realize I'm better than yesterday. I realize Tony Robbins is better than yesterday. I realize you can learn from him and you can learn from me on how to be better than yesterday. And that's the whole point. I realize it's not who's better. I realize we're both better than yesterday. I realize we're both better than yesterday. So you can win both ways. I promote Tony Robbins in my videos and I support him. You have to understand, I support people who are doing something. I support people who are growing. I never support people who are losing and who are never going to read and who are criticizing me and who are hating me for what I do. I never support those people because they hate me for what I do. I mean, they hate me because I grow and because I look better and because I have more success. And they hate me because I have a better girlfriend or something like that. Otherwise, they just hate me for who I am. I have no girlfriend at the moment, although guess what? I have a better I have everything better. I realize that if no woman comes to have me in life, and guess what? I don't care about them. I don't expect them to come, and guess what? I don't care about them. I expect myself to grow though. I expect myself to grow because guess what? Life is going to throw curveballs at you. And I've experienced where my biological family left me as well, and they said, get lost, and we don't need you anymore. And guess what? I say goodbye then, because guess what? I've got something else to do. I've got something else to do, and I move on. I let go. I'm rich or better. I forgive them, and that's it. And I promise you that when they need to come back, I realize I'll let them. I realize when I have kids, I realize I don't know if I'll have kids. I don't know. Although guess what? I don't care to have kids. I don't care. Because I understand that the world I live in is, let's say, beautiful, although I never need kids. I never need kids. I'm not depressed about the world I live in. I realize everybody else is depressed. You understand? I never rely on myself to do anything. I rely on Jesus to help me. I realize although I understand I put myself first in Jesus' name, I rely on myself to go where Jesus is. I need to do that all the time. I never cut my eye out. I make sure that whatever I do today is going to help me to become less lonely. And what I do today is I listen to music here and there, and I listen to the composition because it's my passion. And when I do my passion, I'm never lonely. I'm never lonely doing my passion. I have a new passion now. I've got body muscle training now to do. I've got bodybuilding, and I never go to the gym to do it. I can do it here in the pool. I can get my power tube. I've got my power tube in my bag here, and I can start doing these in the pool, and that's it. I mean, I can do anything in the pool. I can do my life coaching videos in the pool, and that's everything. I enjoy myself every single day. I'm doing something every single day to improve my communication skills. I look inside. I'm always looking inside. I'm always feeling greater. I'm never expecting other people to be in my life. And guess what? I'm not expecting the outside world to do anything for me. Because guess what? I have personal freedom now. I have wealth. I have financial freedom. I have emotional freedom. I have health. I mean, health is your greatest asset. And those people who have health are the ones who are going to be vegan and also are going to be sober. I promise you need to go that way to defeat loneliness. I promise you go Jesus, you go sober, you go vegan, you start reading, you start teaching your own courses. You need your own courses throughout life. You need to start now with course 1, and then course 2, and course 3. And I do 1 hour sessions with my courses in videos. I do 1 hour. I do 1 hour. I mean, there's no bullshitting here about who I am. You can find who I am, and you can find how I talk, and you can find what I do. I'm Australian, although my background is Yugoslavian, and I have a Croatian and Serbian background. I realize that they're both important. Do you understand? So I'm not proud, I'm grateful. I understand that the Serbian aspects of life help me very much more than the Croatian side, because I understand who I am. I understand although that I'm equal in who I am, and I make sure that whatever I do today is going to be more foundational. And I realize that everything that's happened with others helping me has helped me in some kind of way, and I thank you. I thank you guys. I'm grateful. I'm grateful because guess what? I'm better than yesterday. I'm better than yesterday every single day, and that's the whole point of living life. You live life to be greater. I realize the time is now. I realize when you ask what's the time, you're asking yourself that it's right now. You have to understand that it's right now that you need to do something. And in this video, I understand that it's going on for 1 hour. I understand that I let it be that way, and I understand that I just improve myself anyway. I improve my communication skills, I improve my communication skills, I improve my communication skills is the motto, guys. Do you understand? You're improving your communication skills every single day. I mean, stop trying to impress other people. I mean, nobody else likes you. I mean, let's just put it that way. I mean, I love you, although make sure you understand that I grow you. I grow you. I give you ideas. I mean, I love the world. I love the world. I love the world because guess what? I grow the world. I mean, most people hate the world because they are losers. I mean, they believe the world is bad because they're bad people. I mean, when you believe the world is bad, you believe yourself is bad. I love the world because the world is good. I look at the good aspects only. I look at what's good and I continue that way. I continue that way. And I don't care that the coronavirus is going on. I realize I don't care that the coronavirus is going on around me because that never solves a problem. I promise you what solves the problem is looking inside and making sure that it doesn't affect you and you're still doing your business. And I realize many people are going out of the 9-to-5 job and they're losing jobs, and many people are not traveling now because guess what? Tourism is dead, and so is many aspects of life where it's a 9-to-5 job and something to do with that nature, and many aspects are closed down because of this coronavirus pandemic. Although guess what? I mean, life coaching is always going to be here. I'm a life coach. I mean, my business is still going every single day. I'm doing 3 hours of content. I'm doing 3 hours of content on video. I'm making sure every single day I show up and I do something to help you in some aspect of life. I use other people's topics. I mean, when I find somebody to do the how-to video or something, I use that exact title and I put it into my own title and I do it in my own way. I know nothing, guys. I know nothing. I see who I am, though. I can teach you something every single day. I can always help you to grow. I can always help you do something that you can do. You can do anything, guys. You can do anything. You just need more ideas. You just need more encouragement. You just need more motivation. You just need a life coach. You just need something who can help you. Otherwise, I can help you because I follow Jesus Christ every single day and I lead you towards Jesus Christ. I'm just a messenger of Jesus Christ. I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. I'm rich or better. I'm always making sure that I feel better and that I'm doing something that's going to help me to never intoxicate myself. I stay away from negativity. I stay away from violence. I stay away from drama. I stay away from horror films. I stay away from the bank. I never have to go to the bank anymore. I never have to go to the ATM machine. I never have to go withdraw money anywhere. I realize I never use their money. I realize that I use the government's money, although I receive it and that's it. I receive it for free and I travel with the money that they give me. And that's it. I realize that the business that you're looking for is stay healthier, guys, and be personally free, because you understand that the economics is going down of the world. I realize my economics is going up because my economics is called Jesus Christ. And you should understand that there are different types of economics, and you realize there is the outside world's economics and what other people are doing, and then there's you and how you are growing. I realize how the outside world is growing is not important. I realize how you are growing today is the most important. I can grow today, and that's all the economics of the world. I don't need the government's money. I need you to understand, I don't need their money to grow. I can grow myself already. I can grow myself and make more than what they're giving me in the long term. I promise you. I promise you, they may be giving me a certain amount during the coronavirus pandemic, and they're giving everybody, I don't know. I mean, they're giving everybody $1,200 every 2 weeks or something. I don't know. Although, understand that you understand. You go and make sure you don't know anything. You see it. You see it with your heart. You speak with your heart in a video. You let go and you be someone natural. I mean, the drugs that I took before made me so resentful. And why? Because I was so tense. Tensing yourself so much, and people who are tensed up all the time are angry. And when you're angry, you're tensed up. And when you're tensed up, you're also a person doing drugs. And when you're angry, you're doing drugs. And the people who are angriest are the ones who are most dangerous. I promise you, the ones who are very angry all the time are the ones who are the drug addicts, and also the people who are mentally ill. And the mentally ill are the ones who are doing drugs. And also the people who are resenting, and I realize the people who are resenting are the mentally ill people. I'm rich or better. And you should understand, you stay away from mentally ill people in hospitals and never go around hospitals, because guess what? What are you going to do in a hospital? I mean, what business do you have there? I mean, go to a hospital when you need free Wi-Fi. I mean, when you need free Wi-Fi to do something for your business, you go there quickly and you do it. Otherwise, you just use free Wi-Fi inside the hospital. I mean, if you're having an operation, man, I mean, I never mean to say man, although guess what? I'm not proud. I'm not a person who is ungrateful. I'm a divine being who is grateful. I understand that man means that you must be man-made in a way that you're going to make yourself better than yesterday. Otherwise, I'm a made millionaire. I'm a made everything that's better because I make myself into something greater. I'm doing something every single day to make sure that my life is going to improve, and I sink into the moment by never resenting, and I make sure to let go of the tension. I let go of the tension because if you cannot speak while letting go fully in front of people, I mean, you have no tension in your body. You have to be able to do that and speak in front of tens and thousands of people. And you have to be quick about your words. So to do that, you do a street performance on the street and you public speak. And you do it. I did it already for 52 hours, although I still have to practice and I still have to go. I realize that now I'm not on a break, although I'm still doing my content, although I'm doing it somewhere else. I realize that in Brisbane, I can always go and do it for 3 hours on the street. Because over there, I understand that in Brisbane, there are a lot of people. In terms of 2.2 million people in Brisbane City is not a lot of people, although you understand that it's much more than most areas in Australia. I realize that 2.2 million people is much more than most places in Australia. I realize that Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane are the best areas in Australia to go and do busking for free. I realize Perth, you can go and busk, although you need permits, and never get yourself permits because they're going to make you wait and then they're going to say no. I promise you, they're going to say no. And when they say no, you find yourself a new opportunity because that's an excellent opportunity because I never need a permit. I already said that I will never even go and do my public speaking speech where I wanted to because I understand that they don't allow my speaker to go there. And I realize that when I get the permit, I realize I don't need a permit, although I understand that if they gave me the permit, I would never even go there because I'll never shout off the top of my lungs so that people can hear me. I don't care about them. Do you understand? I never shout. I use a microphone. I use a microphone to speak. You can check out my busking videos. I realize that busking is a beautiful opportunity where you can go on the street and find tens and thousands of people looking at you while you're public speaking and improving your confidence and looking them in the eyes and enjoying your life. And I promise you that most people are going to walk away, and some people are going to, I promise you, some people are going to come up to you and talk with you, and some people are going to hate you. I mean, they're going to resent you. And guess what? I promise you're going to grow from it, and you're going to have a better communication technique, and you're going to be a public speaker who's better than yesterday, and you're going to be doing more content. And that's the whole point of doing street performance, where you can go on the street and do 3 hours every single day of video content, and you're doing much more than your mentors. And that's the whole point. I'm making sure that no matter what happens, that my life is never absurd. I'm making sure that my life is better than yesterday. I'm making sure that I'm always making sure. I'm always making sure more. I'm always doing more than yesterday. I'm always doing something that I've never done. I'm always doing it in a different way. I'm doing it in a different fashion. I'm adding vocalists into my music compositions, and I'm doing something new with the vocals, and I'm learning something new every single day that I've never done before. And that's how you rotate your propeller. And your successful regimen must be to rotate your 24-hour clock cycle in a new direction every single time, and change approach, 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 as Tony Robbins says. You have to change approach because what you're doing now is not working. I promise you that what I do now is not working, although guess what? I have to do something better now. I promise you that what I do now does work, although it works only in a new way. I promise you now that I have so many habits that I've already accumulated, and it works. I promise you those habits work because I've accumulated those habits, and I keep those habits. I keep the habits that work, although I change approach with the ones that don't. Do you understand? So in your life, you may have 50% of your habits that are excellent, although you have to work on another 50%. And then throughout time, you may have 1% of the habits where it's so difficult to break it, although guess what? You still have to keep changing approach and try something new. and try something new, and try something new, and try something new, and keep digging at it. I mean, you're never going to be exactly perfect, although guess what? You are perfect right now. You're perfect right now, and you're as perfect as can be. Although guess what? I need you better than perfect. I need you to be better than who you are today. I need you to understand that I'm perfect. I just need to be better now. You don't just go perfect and never grow anymore, because a perfectionist only stays perfect and that's it. And guess what? When you're a perfectionist, you're never growing. I promise you, when you hear a perfectionist around you, you'll find a pessimist, because a pessimist never grows. And people who are perfectionists only stay in the perfect cycle, and they're just perfect. I mean, they just know it all. I mean, they're just people who are perfect with their life. I mean, everything's perfect. I mean, how was your day today? I mean, they say perfect. And where did you go today? And how was it? And they're going to say perfect. And this was perfect. And they're always perfect. I mean, they're always saying that they're perfect. I mean, their life's always perfect. I mean, everything's perfect in their life. Do you understand? I mean, they're not teaching anything. I mean, their life's perfect, although they're not teaching anything. I mean, they got no business. I mean, they're middle class and their life is perfect. I mean, they are on pension and their life is perfect. I mean, they receive government allowance and they receive $300 a week. I mean, they receive $300 a fortnight and their life is perfect. Do you understand me? I mean, they drink alcohol and do cigarettes and their life is perfect. I mean, those are the perfectionists. Do you understand? I'm rich or better. I stay away from those people. Otherwise, my dad, because my biological dad is a perfectionist, I stay away from him. I stay away from him as much as I can. Because guess what? I don't need to be around him. I don't need to be around him. I go the new way. I go the new way. I promise you, my biological dad has stopped giving me value. I promise you. Although I still call him. I still give him value. I still call him so I can hear his voice, because guess what? He helped me as I was growing up. I mean, he helped me to, he gave me a car. I mean, he gave me some money. I mean, he gave me Australia. I mean, he gave me Sydney. I realized he took me places, and guess what? You will understand. I still have to call him. You have to call your parents. Although, when your biological mother says, never call me again because you said this, I mean, just never call her again. I mean, let her call you then. Do you understand? I mean, if you have an argument with your parents and one side of the family says, you must never ever call us again because you said this. And because you said this, we'll never forgive you. I mean, since you people don't forgive me anymore, I mean, I'll just go my way. And that way you guys are right and you're right, and I'll just go this way because I've got something better to do. And I've got to watch out for my phone here. I'm gonna smack it into the pool. Realize, although, that if they don't forgive you, you never beg for forgiveness, and you never beg them for forgiveness, and you never ever talk to them again until they talk to you. So if your biological mother and her family and whatever leave you, or your dad's sides leave you, you have to understand that when you have kids, and if you have kids, I don't know if you have kids or not, I promise you, if you have kids and your biological mom or dad is never forgiving you, and guess what? They're never going to see your kids either. Do you understand? Because guess what? I promise you, they're going to go old, and they're going to go rumpy, and they're going to be blah, 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 blah. I mean, I promise you that they're going to start shitting on their head, and they're going to start being such assholes in life. And guess what? Because they're that, I promise you, they're going to be miserable, and they're going to just be, I promise you, they're going to speak like this, and you're going to have 5, 6 kids, and 7 kids, and you're going to travel the world, and you're going to be famous, and they're going to look at you, and they don't forgive you. Although, now, your biological mother and father have no grandchildren because they fucked you off. Do you understand? So, let it be. And you just move on. And then if they call you and say, I apologize after 40 years of not speaking with you. I apologize for not speaking with you for 40 years. I say apology accepted. What do you need from me now? I mean, what do you need from me now? I'll never come to see you. I mean, never go to see them ever again. Do you understand? I mean, they didn't speak with you for 40 years. I mean, let them come to you now and let them do everything for you, and let them be around your kids as well, and let them understand to go around you now and follow you around, because now you are somebody while they came back to say sorry. I mean, they say sorry after 40 years. I'm not speaking with you. I mean, because you said one thought, and I don't care about you anymore. I mean, although I grow them, I forgive them, I forgive you. I just never follow you anymore. I never need to speak with you ever again. I'll never message you again. I never ask for anything in return from you again. I never ask for anything in return. Ever. I never ask for anything outside of me. I never ask for other people to take photos of me. I never ask for other people to take videos of me for free. I never take anything. I never am stealing anything. I'm never asking others to do anything negative to me. I'm never making others do anything for me. I'm never asking others for favors because I go and do it myself. And if I cannot do it, then I make sure I can do it. I make sure I can do it. And until I can do it, I make sure that no matter what, that whatever I cannot do, I can do. I can do it. I can do anything. I make sure I never lag, I never wait for it. I promise you that when I book flights, I book in a 24-hour period and I may be in Brisbane suddenly and something happens in Brisbane where I realize this shit day happened, and then guess what? I book a flight and I just go to Darwin. I realize from a shit day, I realize it's a good day now. I realize tomorrow I'll be going to Darwin, which is today. Because a shit day may have happened in Brisbane and it may have dragged you down or something like that, and the way to become happier is to say, I'll go to a new place I've never gone before. Do you understand? Because when you can just pack up your stuff and leave, I promise you that's called power. You understand? I promise you, now you have power because you have a shit day in Brisbane and suddenly you've never been to Darwin, although you book your flights within a 24-hour period, you're flying to Darwin within 12 hours. I promise you, I forget about this shit day because I have Darwin now to go to. I have Darwin now to go to see Darwin now because I've got Darwin to really, let's say, recognize and to see the scenery, and it's going to be much greater because why would I dwell on Brisbane and the shit day when I've got Darwin in 12 hours? I mean, that's one way to improve your mood. Although, if you're an alcoholic and you're a drug addict and you do that, you're never gonna be satisfied with Darwin either, and you're not gonna have anything to talk about. I mean, what are you gonna do as a drug addict? You're gonna travel around the world and drinking beers with who? I mean, with people who are fake. You're gonna go to hostels with toxic people, and you're gonna stand around them. And guess what? I promise you, one guy is gonna say that he's bagged this woman, and this woman has bagged this woman, and this woman has gone with this guy. And guess what? The woman that you have is very ugly and you don't need her. Do you understand? Although guess what? Everybody's beautiful. Do you understand? Although when nobody wants a woman and then she comes up to you and asks you, and guess what? You're left saying, I don't know, I will never drop my standards for this woman because I'm not desperate. I'm not desperate for this one. Do you understand? So just never do that, please. And never be that kind of person who goes around a crew that is toxic, because drug people and drug addicts hang around with drug addicts. You have to understand that negative people hang around with negative people, and positive people hang around with positive people. I promise you, positive people and negative people never collide. I never go where negative people are. I stay away from them as totally as possible. I promise you, I stay away from them as much as possible because I get myself a one bedroom because I'm smart. I never need to be in a hostel full of toxic people because I have more class than them. I can afford myself a one bedroom. I mean, why would I sleep in a full share? I mean, why would I sleep in a full share bedroom with toxic people when I can find myself a one bedroom? You have to be smarter. You have to understand. You move on and you let them speak crap about you, and you let them do whatever to you, and let them exert control over you and hold power over you and whatever. Although, guess what? I promise you, as soon as they hold power over you and are trying to control you and are causing damage with you, you stay away from them and you remove yourself from the situation. And that's what I've done in Sydney, where one place where I used to go to see all these people, I realized that one person attacked me and nobody defended me. And guess what? I realized they never called me anyway. I promise you, they never call me to see how I am and they're just fake people because they're all toxic. And I moved myself from that scenario and I never went to that place ever again. And I never went to other places where they go. And I removed myself totally. And that's how I became more of a lone person. Although I'm a lone soul and I'm an alone person. Although guess what? I'm not lonely. I'm happier alone than with them. I'm happier around myself than I would be around people who are fake. I'm happier with myself because I have Jesus than having them in life. I'm happier because I left the crowd and they're still in the crowd and stuck in Sydney for 1 year and 1 month and 2 weeks. I promise you they've been in Sydney and that's it. And I've been traveling to Melbourne and Adelaide and Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast and Mooloolaba and Maroochydore and Noosa and Sunshine Coast, and I went to Australia Zoo and Hobart and Cairns and Townsville and Magnetic Island and Perth and Sydney and Brisbane and Byron Bay, and here I am in Darwin now. Do you understand? And they've been stuck in one place and I don't care about them. I although will say that you go and travel alone because they're never going to follow you. I promise you that crowd is also in your crowd. You understand? You go and be the best version of yourself today. I'll see you guys in the next video.